What is up, guys? LyonLife here, and welcome back to another Atelier Resleriana video. We've got a wonderful new update in the game today. We're going to be getting the update that brings us Izana and Lila to the game, finally. I know a lot of us have been waiting. I mean, we've already kind of known that Izana was coming for sure. We knew the lineup for the next three characters anyway, but Izana is one of the better ones that have come as of late. And then Lila's also pretty good too, but we'll get into them here in a little bit. This update itself brings us a couple different really good things to the game as well. Number one, we now have the ability to increase our grow boards, which increasing your grow boards means we're gonna be able to increase our level ranking as well, or our level cap, I mean, sorry. So you're gonna be able to go from level 60 to level 70, so that's really great. So now our characters can go to that, to level 70, plus we're gonna have the ultimate difficulty available now for our orb quest. I think those are at like 10,000. I haven't checked yet, but I think those are at like 10,000, 10,500 power, one or the other. So that's going to be the new difficulty for that. We're going to need a whole bunch of orbs for getting to level 70. The EXP cap for that is going to be nuts per character, so prepare for that grind. Of course, we've got some new limited missions, of course, for in the section for just for different things. Of course, I think I'll show it right over here. I think I had a couple of them. Yeah, for just doing some cloisters, some dungeons, etc., finishing the chapter. So a lot of this we should already have, but we got some new missions added since we have the story chapter available as well too now. The new story chapter is added onto the game. With Izana and Lila also comes chapter 6. This is a really good chapter. It's one of my favorites from the game so far. I'm really excited to get deeper into Izana. I remember most of it from JP while I was translating it all, but I'm excited to go through it again in full English to get like a full comprehensive understanding of everything. But it's a really, really good chapter, and it really shines on Izana here. Everyone loves her, and you kind of really get to see like what she goes through internally, and it's really, really good. It's a really good chapter. And then with that, that's going to bring us to the characters. So we're going to go ahead and get into do some wishes. Well, not some wishes. We're going to go through the characters themselves. We're going to go through Izana, the Memoria, and then Lila, of course, and then we're going to get into everything as far as like pools and such at the end. Let's go ahead and grab my tickets because I still haven't yet to do that. So I'll get those tickets. That I need to get all the monthly stuff too still. I'll buy those separately later on though. But yeah, go ahead and get these tickets. For this one, you definitely want the tickets. You 1000% want to make sure you grab your tickets. Izana is such a good unit. This is definitely a banner to use them on. It's not really one of the ones that you want to skip using gems for. Definitely one of the ones you definitely need to and or should go for. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here and get into the characters. Oop, wrong one. I forgot. I always forget it's on the second one. It's not on the first one. I have to do my trial battle still too, but we'll take a look at the Memoria first. This one's called Endless Discoveries. In terms of like stat wise, it's okay. It's very normal, very run-of-the-mill. Memoria focuses on magic attack. The problem is, of course, this is going to be a limited one. It's not one that you need to go shoot for to go get. Now, mind you, of course, yeah, at rank 5, you're gonna, when you give it to an attacker, it's gonna boost magic attack skill damage by 52%. That's a great buff. Don't get me wrong; it's a really, really good buff. But it's also at rank 5. This is also a Memoria that's limited, so it's not in the regular pool as of right now. So we definitely have some more comparable Memoria that already exist in the game currently, so it's not something you want to go for. You already, because for the most part, you're not buying them. You're not pulling from Memoria for the stat buffs. I mean, for the effects, you're pulling it for the stats. That's mostly what they're going to be doing. Speed is only 4%. It's okay, nothing too crazy. But again, we've got ones that are the exact same, if not better, that also have better speed. So again, Memoria, you could get it if you get it on, trying to get for the characters, but don't strictly go for the Memoria. It's just not going to do you any good. We'll take a look at Lila first, because Izana, we're going to have a lot of positives. So we'll take a look at Lila first. So Lila is going to be our first ice elemental, I guess, elemental breaker. So which is really, really good. We don't have an ice breaker currently, so it's nice to finally get one. So she'll fit right into people who are wanting to have an ice comp. for the character, especially for like Ice Affinity Tower. She can have a place in there. She's not necessarily required for the content, but you could definitely use her for it if you wanted to. Her passive here for resistance, paralysis resist, we already know this one is always not great. It's always nothing special. For her other passive, boost allies magic attack by 15%. Really good buff, really substantial. Not, you know, is it like, would it be great with 25? Sure, but it's not bad. Like I think as always, as long as you get a buff for all your characters on a team like this, it's always a really good one. You can't go wrong with it. It always, more damage is always great no matter what. As far as her stats go, of course, she's a magic attacker. She's an ice magic attacker, which is really odd. I remember when I first saw her in the JP version of the game, and I was really shocked. I'm really surprised they didn't just make her a physical-based attacker. Which, I mean, hey, I'm not mad at it by any means, but I was definitely shocked. I feel like as someone who's a claw user, but I guess if you also look at Vane's also a bolt character that would probably, you would think, given his weapon style, he would probably be physical, but he's not. So I guess you could I'll look at it like that. She's got decent speed, nothing too crazy, but she's not slow either. Her skill 1 here called Clawed Assault. It's a single target attack skill. Says after attacking, she's gonna boost her own stun damage by 10% at a max of 30%. Decent, nothing too crazy there. Her skill 2, Element Link, it's going to boost stun damage by 20% when attacking a weakness. So before attacking, she's also going to reduce target's ice resistance by 25% for 3 attacks also. So just off the bat, this is a pretty good skill 2 for her. On top of getting boosting your skill damage, assuming you have the ice weakness, and then on top of that, you're gonna reduce, you're gonna be able to do more damage because you're gonna apply ice resistance decrease by 25%. So that's not bad either. Pretty good skill 2. Of course, more so situational for an ice specific team or an ice specific weakness for enemies. Her ult here, not even gonna try to pronounce that because I know I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna assume it's Einzelkampf. I could be wrong, but I'm probably saying it terrible. Although I feel like maybe this is already a move from her from the Ryza series, but in my mind, I feel like Tao had this move, or maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. Maybe I'm thinking about one of the guys from Sophie. I can't remember who. Anyway, but ult here, also single target attack, 375% stun damage, 400% damage, pretty normal. She's gonna boost stun damage by 30% when attacking a weakness, and then of course after attacking, she's gonna reduce the ice resistance by 25% for 5 attacks. It's okay. I don't think her ult's anything too crazy, too special. As far as Lila goes, her kit again is one of those things where it feels very niche. She's gonna be great in a ice team, in a team that's focused on the ice weakness or going up against ice weakness. She shines. She's really good for that. Again, she's the only main breaker that we have anyway for that element, so of course she's got a place on a team no matter what. But she's still pretty good. Lila is actually a really good unit. I don't think you'd be mad if you do happen to pull her, but as far as who's on the banner between her and Izana, I definitely would just prefer to get Izana personally. Now let's go ahead and get into Izana here. Izana is really good. really good. Can't really say more good things about Izana. She's fantastic. Izana is going to be a magic bolt attacker. So it's really good. We don't have a whole lot of those that are like, I don't think we have any in the 3-star category, because Vayne is obviously the 2-star one, the starting 2-star one that you can get in the main pool, but Izana I believe is the first attacker that we have, and she's really good. She's got a really good magic attack stat of 856 off the bat, really good. Pretty slow, but given the fact that how crazy damage she can get, you can always speed tune her as well too if you need to with different accessories and memoria. But in general, very strong off the bat attack power. We'll take a look at her passives here. For her resistance, she's got status effect resist by 20%. This isn't too bad because it's just status resist of everything. So in general, it's better than the other ones that are just one resistance specific, but this is in general all status effects, so that's not bad. Then her next one, I'll become even stronger. She boosts her own critical damage by 50% when defeating an enemy with a skill. So on top, this alone is also pretty good. So you kill someone, obviously, with Izana, or killing enemy with Izana, she's gonna boost her crit by 50%. A lot of her skill, a lot of her kit here is based around kit. Her kit is based around crit. Oof, can't say that. But we'll see that that's kind of the common factor you'll see in her skill set here. Her skill 1 is going to be called Stamp. It says after attacking, she's going to boost her own critical rate by 25% at a max of 100%. Again, obviously, she's going to keep boosting her crit. Really, really great. Obviously, you kind of get the memo, get the hint here. When you got Izana on your team, you really want to do whatever you can to keep building crit and keep getting that crit, the higher amount of crit damage you possibly can for her. She really, really benefits from like Liddy, obviously, with her boosting for skill damage as such as well too. So I think, there's definitely a lot of ways that you can put her in a team, and almost any team as like your main attacker, especially more so if it's a bolt weakness. Her skill 2 here, Lightning Knock, it's going to say after attacking, boost own critical damage by 50% as well. So same thing, decent, okay damage, and of course increases her critical damage by 50% at a max of 100 there. Her ult here is fantastic. It's so good. Convaleria Impact damage is 500%, which is great. This is the range that we love to see on all of our main attackers. This is pretty much the normal amount anyway for 500%. Decent stun, I guess, but it's going to boost this. It's going to boost this attack's critical rate by 100%. After attacking, there's a high chance to inflict daze on the target for 1 turn. The daze part, meh, that's okay, but it's still cool. But 100% crit rate, no matter what, oof, that's insane. And so you look at this 100% right here, and then you think about what you can do in terms of like stacking crit by giving it from items or getting it from different characters, using different support skills. Like, Izana can really scale super duper high in terms of how much damage she can output. Like, base damage for what she's working with, she's already pretty good. So off the bat, she's got a really good place and good standing in almost any team comp essentially. But if you boost her up even more, she can put out insane amount of damage. If we're looking at who to go for on the banner, like at the end of the day, it's Izana. There's not really between the two. Get Izana. If you get Lila, she's still really good too, though. But between the two, you definitely want to probably get Izana for sure, if it's at all possible. Her gifts, it's okay. Boost bolt damage, bolt skill damage specifically, nothing too crazy. For her, you just want to obviously do crit, or if you want to do skill power for her, one or the other. You don't really need to build for bolt specific. I don't think I mentioned Lila's, but Lila's gift is, if I can get over to it, her gifts are going to be magic stun damage, which is really good, because now we have someone else that gives magic stun damage. I believe it's Shalistera. She's the only one that we currently have that does give magic stun damage. And the problem is she doesn't link to her, which is unfortunate, but that's okay too. But having Lila and increasing her awakening, you'll be able to get a higher chance at getting, if you're building for magic stun damage, you get a higher chance to get that rank 5 trait onto your equipment with Lila versus Shalistera. So for that regard, she's got a really good gift, but as a character overall in any team, she's good. She's not bad. You won't be disappointed if you do happen to get her, but between the two, yeah, go for Izana. That's who you want to get. Now, I believe that is everything. Oh, also that too, you gotta keep in mind for our since we have the level cap as well to level 70, remember, you don't have to have everyone built up 100%. You just need to have your main 5 characters leveled up. And here in the training research, once you have your 5 characters to level 70, then you will be able to have everyone else at level 70 as well too, once you slot those characters in. So keep that in mind. You don't need to level up everyone, just focus on your main 5. This isn't my main 5 here, this is just who I've had last time around. But also, which I think really this mostly is my main 5, is these 4 right here anyway. I think the 5th I'm gonna make probably Liddy. I'll put her up in the team as well too. I'm trying to keep her in a team from now on. But yeah, once you get everyone to level 70 and then use your shiny coins from conversion, to rank them everybody up, you'll be able to get everyone to level 70. You only need to make sure that you finish chapter 6 though. You won't be able to raise up your characters until you beat chapter 6. That's the only caveat or the only problem with it. So once you beat chapter 6 and beat the boss, I think the final boss is Lara. Once you beat her, you'll be able to go ahead and raise everyone to level 70. All right, and lastly, let's go ahead and get into these pools. So we've got the 2 sets of tickets. They're so loud. We've got the 2 sets of tickets, and then I've got 1 extra pool. So pray for me. In RNGesus we trust and believe. Let's hope we can get Izana. Let's hope we don't have to struggle. Let's go first set. As a matter of fact, I didn't even have Izana on my JP account, so I would love to get her on this one. So far, we only got 1 wink. I'm not hopeful. Okay, we got Oscar. Nothing here. No Saskia in the back. Only the Puni. There's no effects going on. Let's skip it. Yeah. Just a VO. Although I did get VO to like, I think 3 or 4 stars the other day. Not too bad. Alright, let's go. One more set of tickets. And then after these, we'll do the regular pool also. Okay, 2 winks. Maybe that's something. Okay, Yudi and Keith Griff. Nothing here. No. Come on. I'm not hopeful, but we'll see. I'm not putting faith in this one. Monica. Ugh. Not Monica, whatever, Linka, I mean. Nope. This is a wash also. Love that for me. Alright, well, here we go. Last pool. Brr, please give me Izana, bro. But also that too, let me just say this too. I didn't really say that earlier. You don't while Izana is great and she would complement your teams, you don't really necessarily need her. Like, she's a great DPS, but you can get the DPS elsewhere from other characters too. Oh man, come on. No, we're skipping it. We're skipping it. Yeah. Man, oh well. We're gonna have to be hoping and praying I get on a free pool. Cause yeah, that's a no. Oh, that's unfortunate. Expected, but unfortunate. I don't know. My luck hasn't been that great. I mean, hell, I only got the Breaker Ryza from free pools too, so who knows, we'll see. But Lila is good though. I do enjoy Lila as a character in general. I do like her a lot. I wouldn't be mad if I get her, but definitely prefer to have Izana. I can get break damage elsewhere. I'd much rather have some DPS. So yeah, we'll see. Especially for like Thunder Affinity Tower, that would be great to have Izana for. So who knows? But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys hope that helped with your decision making on who to go for, essentially. But this update is really, really good. I'm excited for chapter 6. I'll be going through that offline, probably, most likely. As well, let me know how your pulls went. If your ideas were pulling for the character, did you get Lila? Did you get Izana? Did you get both? Did you get super lucky? More so than I did. So, congratulations to all of you guys. And again, thank you always for the support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. Bye.